The good news is the horses woke us up this morning, and Marcus and I came over from our little tent, and the crew had hot coffee ready, and I got to finish caping my caribou here in the daylight. That is not a task you want to do in the dark. So once we do that, then we're gonna, I believe, go and retrieve the rest of my meat and bone it out and shoot a moose. But that's what James said. Today is Moose Day. And they make it sound so easy, just lickety-split. You show up and, well, we should shoot that one. Or as he said yesterday, you should shoot that one. But I don't have quite the look. I don't have the big-eyed expression on my face that he had. I've not known him long, but in my 2 days of interacting with him, it was an expression of, Mister, if you don't shoot that one, you might be walking home. He didn't say that, but so I followed his instructions. And I am very grateful for his instruction and thankful that I decided to shoot. So, coffee in the Cassiars of northern British Columbia on a frosty late September morning. If it gets any better than this, please email me and tell me what it is, because I want to go try it. We're going to retrieve the meat, the rest of the meat, from my caribou and hunt some moose along the way. Won't be much of a moose hunt getting there. We're only about half-hour horse ride away. But it was dark last night and we wanted to get to camp, and we had the horses loaded with all kinds of other stuff. So we quartered and skinned and hung the meat. Well, not really hung it, laid it out to cool, and it should be good. It got really cold last night and definitely well below freezing, so I'm sure the meat is in no danger of spoiling. The only thing you worry about here is wolves and grizzly bears finding your meat. But we're gonna go see what we find.
As much as every other horse carries any other day.
Everything's fine.
I am taking care of the most important part, meat. And as you can see right here, 180 grain Nosler Akibon hit that front leg and just completely broke it up. So I'm trying to trim around the bloodshot and the bone splinters. And the next one will go a whole lot easier. This is not how you would normally do a front, but when you're in salvage mode, You don't have much choice. Well, Marcus and I just went up and quartered all the meat while our great aides, guide and wrangler, James and Blythe, worked on the cape, getting it fleshed. And here are 2 tenderloins I brought some marinade with, under the anticipation that we might be cooking amazing wild fresh caribou on a rock at a fire. So there's a pair of tenderloins right there. If you aren't hungry just looking at this, folks, then you probably aren't a hunter. But if you are a hunter, I'm sure you can smell this through the video screen. Oh man. We get to eat fresh caribou until we shoot a moose. And then we'll do the same thing with a moose. A big lesson for moose. Moosk. Beautiful. No wind really. Just spectacular country. I can see 30, 40, 20 miles in every direction. There's not a road anywhere. I'm sure if I went like this, there's a moose out there somewhere. Might seem like a boring day for the audience today. All we did was take care of capes, take care of all the meat, went out and retrieved it, deboned it. Fleshed the cape, salted the cape. But those are necessary things you gotta take care of. So, here in about half hour, we're gonna be cooking caribou tenderloins on a rock next to a fire. When you only get to eat fresh mountain caribou tenderloins once in your life, you put a lot of thought into how this fire is constructed, how the rocks are placed, because that flat rock right there is a premium cooking surface. And I put it on the downwind side so the heat from these coals would go this direction. I actually asked James, which way will the wind be blowing tonight?
We talked about the thermals.
Yeah, I said, well, downhill thermal should go that way. Sure enough. So, stand by for tenderloins. Do it like Tom Hanks in Castaway. I didn't just build fire, actually Blythe built the fire.
Do you want me to drop out
Right.
if you maybe
I built the perfect fire.
That might be the best rocking caribou I've ever had. What do you think, Randy?
It's so juicy, so full of flavor. Whoever said that caribou isn't good eating isn't here right now. I'm just chewing on it, sucking all the juice out of it.
Oh, that is really good. I like that a lot.
Well, folks, it doesn't get much better than this. Tenderloins from a freshly shot mountain caribou in the Cassiar region of British Columbia. Beautiful clear night. A little bit of northern lights getting ready to come on. Tenderloin cooked on a rock on a campfire. Thanks for watching. From here on out, it's moose. And more big smiles. See you tomorrow.